What's up guys, Joey here. It's another rainy day in Hilo, Hawaii. Hawaii is one of the rainiest states in the entire United States, and Hilo is one of the rainiest cities in the entire United States. I'm gonna go around to some of my favorite waterways and waterfalls today to see how high the water levels are up. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video. It really helps my channel, and it's a super free, simple thing that you can do that really helps me out. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for some more Hawaii adventure content, as well as hit that notification bell to get notified every time I publish a new video. Our first stop is this bridge where I spent New Year's Eve with my brother-in-law and best friend Adam. We sat at the top of this bridge and watched the fireworks over Hilo and had some great conversations. As usual, I'm wearing my favorite hiking boots. Walmart brand Birkenstocks. I get a new pair of these every once in a while because mine become worn out from all of the hiking that I do in them. So as you can see, it's pretty high up here. My friend James and I have also jumped off this when it was clear water. It looks pretty brown right now because of how much it's been raining. That's Hilo Bay right out there, and to the other side we have the waterfalls. Yeah, it is going today. The main difference after it rains is it's super muddy. You can't see anything below the water surface, so I wouldn't jump into this right now because there could be any sorts of number of things just hiding right below the surface, like logs or anything that's been swept away from the side of the riverbanks upstream. The water's a little bit higher, but there's another bridge up there that I'll take you to, and we can see the waterfall a little bit closer from there. Alright, so that's the bridge I was just standing on right over here. Here's the first set of little waterfalls. Major hydraulic going on right now. That means the water that's coming on top of the falls is hitting so hard at the bottom of the falls that it needs to refill, and it creates like a rinse cycle. Definitely don't want to get caught in one of those. Kayakers are definitely aware of them. It's flowing pretty hard today. We'll go check out the other side to see what's over here. Yep, it's rushing today. So this is the first set of small waterfalls right next to my house. We're gonna head up to Rainbow Falls and Boiling Pots to see what they're looking like. Check out this super beautiful hibiscus flower right next to where I parked. I've got some of these growing in my yard, but they're not as big as these plants. It's a wet looking spider web. Hope he's getting some good insects this morning. Can't really see the stream down here, but this is the third bridge up from the bay. This is where all the smaller water trickles are coming from that are leading up to those big hydraulics. You can kind of see the water down there, but we're pretty high up and there's a bunch of jungle and forest, so can't really see anything. But it's a pretty cool view. Bunch of royal palms growing up super tall through the canopy. Not much to see water-wise from this bridge, but still super beautiful because it's in the middle of a jungle. Now let's hit Rainbow Falls. Rainbow Falls is a touristy hotspot in Hilo, understandably so, because it's a super big, beautiful waterfall that's easily accessible. This is how Rainbow Falls looks when it hasn't been raining for days. And here's how Rainbow Falls looks when it has been raining for a couple days. There is another viewing spot from up top of the falls, but it's been closed ever since the COVID shutdowns. There's also a pretty awesome legend that the Hawaiians hold about Rainbow Falls. Before we get into the stories and legends of Rainbow Falls, we're gonna go check out Boiling Pots, which is just upstream from Rainbow Falls, which will give you a better idea of the setting that this took place. So this is the top of Rainbow Falls. It's closed off right now because of the COVID shutdown, but there's some amazing banyan trees here, some with branches that even connect to each other. That branch right there goes over to that banyan tree. So there's this banyan tree and this banyan tree, and there's branches that connect all throughout. So it's just a huge jungle gym, basically. One of my favorite places to climb trees here in Hawaii. are these banyan trees at the top of Rainbow Falls. Let's head a little bit upstream to the boiling pots. All right, guys, check out this road name, one of my favorites. PP Falls! Oh my gosh, I'm so immature. It's actually pronounced P-F-A-A, but on some of the signs there's just not any of the okina, which is the apostrophe used in the Hawaiian language. So it makes it look like this is PP Falls, baby! We're at the boiling pots just upstream of Rainbow Falls, and it just started pouring. Here's what the boiling pots usually look like when it hasn't been raining for a couple days. We're gonna see right now what boiling pots is doing after a few days of rain. That's PP Falls, baby, right there in the back. This is moving right here. Oh my gosh, you can usually jump off this point right here, but it's looks like it's pretty much all the way up. These right here are the boiling pots. You can see why they call them boiling pots, because they just each look like a boiling pot. There's almost no still water in here, which means this water is moving. Looking at where I usually jump when I come here, it's probably, I'd say, up 7-8 feet maybe. You know why Hawaii is known for having a bunch of rainbows? Because it rains a lot. You know where all the waterfalls come from? You guessed it. It rains a lot. Living in Hawaii, I've just become used to it just starting to rain all of a sudden, and then it sometimes clears up and it's a beautiful day. And then other times it just keeps raining for like 2 weeks straight. So you never really know, just gotta keep your eye on the skies. I've learned to let the rain not bother me as much. I used to get all uptight when I lived on the mainland because if it started raining, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? My clothes are gonna be wet. But in Hawaii, it's 75 to 80 year round, and most of the time, even when it rains, it's not gonna mean we're gonna be freezing cold, and a lot of times it gets sunny and our clothes will dry anyway. So it's been a great place to learn to not really care about what the weather looks like, because it's always gonna be beautiful outside. I guess that's a mindset that you could really take on living anywhere in the world. All right, so now that you've seen Rainbow Falls and boiling pots, the story behind it, the legend, the myth, is that Maui, maybe the Maui from Moana, I don't know if he actually looked like that or if that's just how Disney depicts Maui, but Maui's mom lived in the cave that is right behind Rainbow Falls, and she was tormented by a massive lizard named Kuna, and he would throw debris, logs, rocks over Rainbow Falls and just torment Hina, Maui's mom. One day when it rained really hard and there were massive rapids going over Rainbow Falls, Kuna decided to throw this massive boulder over and block all of the water from going down river into Hilo Bay, and also blocking Hina in her cave. When this happened, Hina sung a song to Maui, who lived, you guessed it, on Maui, which is the next island over to the west. He jumped in his canoe, paddled over, and started banging on the rocks as he chased Kuna up the river and away from his mom Hina. He removed the boulder from Rainbow Falls, released his mom, and allowed the water to continue flowing into Hilo Bay. And then he chased after Kuna, this massive lizard being that was tormenting his mom. Maui struck Kuna down right below Rainbow Falls, and it is said to this day that Kuna is now tormented with all of the logs and rocks that get swept over Rainbow Falls, and they continuously pelt him because he has turned to stone in the form of this massive boulder that is at the bottom of Rainbow Falls. So that's the story, the myth, the legend. Believe it if you want. If you've seen Moana, you know that it's possible. All right, I'm about a mile from my house. All the buildings with the red tops on them that you see, that's the university where Becca goes to school. This is a small Baptist church over here where I did this front flip. Check it out. And here is the canal. I can actually see the bottom of the canal right now, so it's actually not very full with water. Let's check out the other side. We can see some of the rapids coming down. All right, not too much water. I expected there to be more, honestly. Given that this is completely dry most of the year, you can see how high the walls are built up. That means it gets a lot of water. I'll come back to this channel in the next few days to see if there's any more water, because I think that it's only gonna be raining for the next couple of days anyway. But it takes a little bit of time for the water to get all the way down the mountain and into this stream as well. So maybe in a couple more days, it'll be a little bit more rushing, but we'll check that out then. All right, so that was your short waterfall and waterway tour around Hilo. Thanks so much for watching. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. It's a super small free thing that you can do that really helps my channel. Don't forget to comment your thoughts and subscribe for more Hawaii adventure content. Remember, YouTube promotes the videos that have the most engagement, so every time you hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, or you comment on any of my videos, it really helps me out and it helps get my video to a whole new set of viewers. So thank you so much for doing that. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out. I'll be back at you soon with some more Hawaii adventure content. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. Ooh, there is one waterfall that would be really cool to check out. It's the highest easily accessible waterfall on the Big Island, the island of Hawaii. It's called Akaka Falls. Here's what it looks like when it hasn't been raining for a few days. Akaka Falls is a little bit farther away from my house. All right, we're doing it. You convinced me. Dang, I'm so bad under peer pressure. I knew you guys were thinking that you wanted to see the highest easily accessible waterfall on Hawaii Island. Gosh, twist my arm, why don't you? We'll go, fine, we'll go. We're headed there now, Akaka Falls, here we come!